Hello, my friends. It's Nancy. I know I haven't been on for a long time, but no excuses. I just need to get my little hiney into this craft room and start crafting is all there is to it. So today, I'm going to attempt to make fabric paper again. Now, it's never turned out quite right for me. The more layers I put on, like I've seen other people do, then when I go to fold it, it cracks. And I've heard other people say that. But I was watching Natasha from my treasure books. That's what it is. And she just did it with one layer. Well, I did it, I don't know where it is. I did it on a piece of fabric, and I only did one layer. And, I mean, it's okay, except for it curls up. This has got green tissue paper on it. Then I put gold metallic lusters on it from Deco Art. And, yeah, and it turned out like this, and it feels really good. Except for when you do this, you need to use lightweight paper like tissue paper or napkins. And I have a bunch of napkins here that I want to use. But I think with this material not being as very thick, I'm going to do 2 layers of paper on it and see how that comes out. This feels really nice, and it would make a nice book, except for it wants to curl. And I don't know how by the time you put signatures in here. And I don't want to get out my sewing machine and sew around it, which a lot of people do. And I guess I could do that, but I'm going to try it on this. And then I thought I would do it on a piece of canvas paper and see how that works. And okay, so what I have here is material that I bought to make masks when everybody was in the mask making business. Well, I never made any masks, but I have all this material that I don't know what to do with. So this is just some cotton material. It's not very thick cotton, because I was going to put a lining in it, and I hope my camera is okay. I hope my lighting's okay. I know I have a glare, and I'm not sure if that's going to be in the video or not, but there's not much I can do about it. Maybe if I turn it that way. I don't know if that's going to be enough light. And I don't know what to do here. Well, anyway, let's try it. If it's in the video, oh well, I don't know what I'll do. Okay, I know it's glaring on me. Is it bit? No, we need it on. Okay, well anyway, and then I have some watered down glue. And you need glue, and I'm just going to use this Deco Art angle brush. But you need glue. This is an old cruddy brush that's drippy. Do you see how drippy that is? And I noticed when I watched other people do it, that perhaps I was thinking that I had made my glue too thick. So I'm trying to watering it down. I'm trying different things, and let's get going. Oh, and by the way, I've taken the backing. Your napkins will have a backing on them. And I've taken all the backing off of mine, and I didn't leave one out to show you how I do that. But in past videos, I've demonstrated it. But I can certainly demonstrate it again, how I do it. So this one looks like it's already coming off. But there's 2 layers on here. And usually I will loosen up the glue like this on the corner. You see all these little bumpity bumps? I'm sorry for my voice. I don't have anybody to talk to, so my voice gets kind of unused during the day. And I don't know why it's so raspy. But anyway, so then I take, and it loosens that glue up, and then I pull them off like so. Now, I save this. Now look, if you can look very closely at this, I'll kind of move this away, and I don't know if you can see it. But there's a pattern on here of the owls. Can you see that pattern? This makes a wonderful collage. But you can also use it to stamp on. And if you don't want to use it for that, you can use them to blow your nose on. They're great. Anyway, let's get started here. So, I'm not going to use this green, and I'm not going to use this white. And I'm hoping, I had some white cloth out here, but that I had took these pieces of napkins to use on, but I'm going to try it on here. And so now there's another way too. If you want to just take out, so see, if you just want to remove a butterfly, so see, if you just want to remove this part, I have a water brush. I'm going to take that off there. So I have a water brush, and I'm going to take this water brush, and I'm going to go around where I want my design. Like so. And then I'm going to tear it ever so gently where that water was. And it'll tear right where you put the water, see? And sometimes you want those raggedy edges because they blend in. Sometimes if you don't, you just cut it with scissors. So see there, you got that, but I don't want that whole bottom edge, so I'm going to take it off. And I'll use it somewhere in my on my paper that cloth paper that I'm going to make. So hopefully it's going to work for me this time, because I got so discouraged the last few times I've tried to make it, and I see everybody putting all these layers on, and then I do it, and when I go to fold it, it cracks. It's not soft and nice. But anyway, I'll quit talking about that and get started gluing. So I'm just going to take some glue and put it on my material, soak it in, and I have wax paper underneath because you want it to pull off of the wax paper when it dries. It's going to take 24 hours. It won't be dry till tomorrow. I still don't have enough glue on there. This material is kind of resisting my glue. That's interesting. And I want to get it right up to the edge. Now I have a very soft brush. When you're doing this, you want a soft brush because the glue will tear your napkin or your tissue paper, whatever you're using. You can get tissue paper. Use your tissue paper that comes in your packaging. Stamp on it and use it. I have some here that I have stamped on with a permanent ink, and I'm going to, I did all different colors. So to demonstrate, I'm going to show you how napkins are nothing more than tissue paper, just a different kind. So I'm going to put this on here. I hope my lighting's okay. I need to figure out a different lighting for this room. I'm going to put that right there. Now, this is in the wrong side of the material because this is going to be the outside of my cover. So I stamp these on with a permanent ink. You have to use a permanent ink or it'll run. So let's get some more napkins going here. And with me doing 2 coats, I might have wanted to put the white tissue paper on first and then put my design on because that's what it's going to show. But we'll see how this works. And I go over the edge just to make sure it's all, I'll cut it off after it dries. Just want to make sure it's all glued down really nice. Now what I could do is I can put this on here and then I can put white tissue paper on top of it. And that will seal it all in. I decided I don't want that there. I'll put it right here. And I hope this comes out. So, we were supposed to get a ton of snow last night here in Utah. But where I live in Utah, we didn't get very much. And I see that I think they had canceled school. And then when it didn't snow, they decided they'd hold it anyway. And I live across the street from a elementary school. And so I get to see the kids go to school and fight with people who want to block my driveway. Yeah, that's another story. Story. But I've been reading the warnings, the weather warnings, and the Midwest is supposed to get hit really hard. And I have a son that works in Chicago. In fact, he flies in on weekends and flies back out. And I'm hoping that he's going to be able to get home today. But if he doesn't, oh well. He'll just have to stay at the airport, I guess. Sometimes I'm not liking these square edges, but I'm hoping it'll all come out in the wash here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to put this napkin on, then I'm going to put a piece of tissue paper over the top. And that'll be my 2 layers. Oh, how I love to play in the glue. Don't all of us crafters like to play in the glue? I do. So I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. I did. I spent it with my kids. And it was a good time. Hope Christmas is going to be about the same. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get any snow, but I heard Salt Lake got... I'm south of Salt Lake, so... But Salt Lake got hit pretty hard. They got like 4 to 6 inches on the ground. We need the water, so we need this so bad. We have been in a drought for 20 years, and our water sources is really getting to be sad. So I'm glad to see the snow in the mountains. Come on, get off of me. Now that piece of paper just wants to stick right on me. Okay, so when you're doing this, you're going to find out that your napkins are going to wrinkle. Whatever paper you put on this, it's going to wrinkle with wet glue. So be prepared for that. If you don't want wet glue or don't want wrinkles, then this is not something that you should be doing if you don't like that. I don't mind it. No, come on. I'm finding out I don't like these square edges. So I want to take them off real quick. Oh, 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 tear, right. I have a jillion napkins. Most of my napkins I got at Tuesday morning in Cincinnati. Yeah, it seems so long ago that I lived in Cincinnati. It's only been 2 years. But that seems like a long time ago. So be gentle with your papers and your glue going over your napkins because they will tear. But if they do, just put a piece of napkin on top. Just kind of layer them. So what my glue is just school glue, or I think this is even an off-brand glue. It's Craft Smart glue. I buy it in a gallon. I don't know why. Just seems to be cheaper that way, I guess. I'm finding out I don't have enough napkins here. I should have had this all done. Oh well. Well, that didn't work out so good. You can tell I haven't crafted in a long time. This is what happens when you don't craft. You forget. And the paper wants to stick to me. I hope this turns out. We'll find out tomorrow. If I don't ever come back on and tell you, then you know it was a flop. No, I'll come back and show you. I love watching Natasha. She comes up with the cutest things to do. If you've never seen her, I'm not sure if I can link. I don't know how to link. I need to learn how to do that so I can link different people's videos. Alright, we need some more down here. Well, I thought I was going to get up to a bunch of snow this morning. I think the school did too. So they canceled it. But that's how it goes in with the weather. You never can trust this weather, Big Paul. Nah. They don't know either. So I'm hoping to make some journals with these or something. When I get all finished here with experimenting again with this paper stuff. Okay, one more. Hopefully this will work. Okay, I'm going to get a pieces of the white part of the napkin I pulled off. And I'm going to put that over the top. And hopefully it won't mute my pattern too much. Need a cup, pour this glue right on top. Kind of always want to work from the center out when you're gluing a big piece like this on, so that you don't tear it. I'm getting lines in it. Oh well, that's fine. It'll be like I crinkled it on purpose. And I'm going all the way out to the edges so that make sure it's all glued down at the edges. And hopefully this is going to be thick enough that it'll be stiff enough for a book cover, but not so stiff that it will crack when I fold it. Let's always hope, okay? Like I said, I got it on wax paper. If you guys don't have wax paper in your country, just use cereal. Inside of a cereal, that's basically wax paper. Or what we have in the States is wax paper. Alright, I think that one is pretty much finished. And then I want to make another one on a small piece of white paper. So, I'm going to move this over to dry. And I'll be right back. I'm back. And this is a canvas paper that I'm going to try and use, and it's pretty heavy canvas. So, kind of like canvas material. So I'm going to use that, and there's one side that's like this, and one side's like this. I'm going to use the white side. I think that will be pretty on the inside of the journal. So hopefully it's going to work. I've never done this before, so let's find out. And I've got all my napkins. I sat here and cut them all up. I'm kind of going to just make this one a abstract. So let's get started here. I'm sure this is going to work, but you never know. You just never know if it is or not. I'm going over the edge with my paper. They're sliding off, so I don't know. So we're going to have to figure this out. It's fun to experiment anyway, huh? Anyway, I think it is. And then, if it works out, I'll come back and we'll make a journal. I didn't get quite to the edge with that one, so I'll put another piece on there. Hope everybody can see. I hope my lighting's fine and my camera. I've had a struggle in this room with this table, with this camera set up. It just doesn't want to behave, or I can't get it set up quite right. Now this one, this canvas is pretty heavy, but it's soft I'm wondering if that's a hair. It's one of my hairs. Ew. I don't need that in there. For sure, for sure. Some of these I'm overlapping. Some of them are getting folded. And I don't want it to fold. For all of you who have never, that are new, and have never done any work with napkins, and you're probably asking why I have to take the backing off. The reason you take the backing off is if you're going to glue a napkin down, that bottom part will stick, but the top part won't stick to the bottom, and so it will come apart, and you don't want that to happen. Ooh, this is going to turn out pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm hoping. I need to really get back and doing my art. But I have to tell you all something. Back in the day, after I divorced my husband, I moved into an apartment with another guy, found out that that was not what I wanted. This was all before Wes, because y'all heard me talking about Wes. Wes was my husband in Cincinnati. And this was in Utah, and I had a piano that was my piano from being a little girl. My parents bought a piano, and because I was the one that continued to play, I got the piano. Well, when I was leaving out of this abusive relationship that I rather escaped from, I couldn't find anybody, any of my children, that were capable of taking the piano for me, and I didn't want to put it in a storage. So I left it there, and I don't know what he did with it. Anyway, I lost my piano. Piano, I love music, and piano has been my go-to when I'm feeling low, feeling happy. I love to sit down and play the piano. Well, it's been years since I've played because I lost it and I went to Cincinnati and then so anyway, I bought myself a piano. It's an electric piano. It's not a big old heavy thing like I used to have. And I have loved it. I have drowned myself in it. And funny enough, I packed, when I left the apartment out of the relationship, I packed my music, thinking I was going to have my piano, but it didn't turn out that way. So, yeah. So I've been really, really into playing my piano a lot. You buy it, you might as well play it, right? I will sit down to that piano, kind of like I do in my art room when I used to art a lot, and you get lost and you don't realize what time it is. And I'll sit there and I'll play and play and play and play, and then I realize I don't like that piece. I realize I've been there for hours. But yeah, I enjoy it. That's another place I have been and not been in my art room. But that's okay. Because music is a form of art, right? I think so. So anyway, this one's coming out pretty colorful, I think. I just hope that it works and survives the folding in half down the spine. And all of that good stuff. This is fun. I didn't realize how much fun I could have gluing. Gluing paper to paper onto fabric. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of tissue, white tissue over the top of this like I did the last one. And to seal it all in, that's got those owls on it. Don't want to use that. Well, I'm trying to find a bigger piece that they all got folds in them, wrinkles, and I brought a Charlie horse in my hip. Okay, I think that will work. And let's just hope this works. Try not to get so many wrinkles, but that's just what happens. And the feel of these is just phenomenon. I mean, it's just, when they're all done and they're soft and they feel like leather. Come on, piece of napkin, be nice. So my son was, after I bought my piano, it come in a box, you had to put it together. I know you're probably wondering. But it's electric piano. And it has a metronome, and it has, you can make it play like, sound like an organ and a harpsichord. My grandson-in-law found all these buttons on it when he came over to play it. And I was like, oh, I like the organ. Okay, so anyway, my son was out in the garage looking for the box of music and came across a gold mine, a total gold mine. He came across mine and my first husband's yearbook. Yearbooks. Oh my gosh. Now that is a gold mine, and you go down memory lane and look at all your friends and look how young and beautiful you were before you got old and gray and wrinkled and no more collagen in your skin and it's all wrinkling up, and yeah. Anyway, so there you go. I've glued. Now I'm going to sit this over here to dry. Well, actually, I'm just going to leave it here. And so I will be back tomorrow when they're all dry and do another video, and we'll unveil them and see what we get. And hopefully they'll be nice and soft and won't wrinkle and won't crack. But never know. Never know what napkins are going to do. Just never know. So thanks for watching, everybody, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and comment if you have any comments. I'll try to answer them all. And oh, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you push the little bell next to it, you'll get notifications of when my next video is up. Hopefully I don't go 2 or 3 months in between videos. I really need to get back into my craft room, and I plan on doing that. It's just that I get so irritated when I want something and I haven't unpacked it yet, or I haven't found it yet, and I get irritated, and then I just don't come in here anymore. So thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.